What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to CRÜZR Radio, episode number 7. I'm your host, Wesley Hill. My co-host this week being Chadwick Rice. And our special guest this week is Chandler Fryer and Evan Weenie, the interns. We're going to be talking to them about all things hunting public land, as well as what it actually takes to score permission properties. I'm excited for this one, guys. So let's get into it.
Well, with that being said, what's up, guys?
Not
What's
much.
up, big
Just,
dogs?
The interns, glad you guys can be on the podcast.
Yep, glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Evan and Chandler.
Yep. Evan
Good to have you,
Chandler.
dudes. Do this photo.
Oh, yeah. Tail end of a deer right there.
Doe or rear end.
Yeah.
Y'all ever want one of those, like a deer's butt in your man cave, and there's a
Oh, the
keg?
Sasquatch smell?
No, there's a keg
Listen,
that comes out
listen. I showed this man have you seen the Sasquatch mounts?
of it. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
People are using deer butts. Pull it
Yeah,
out.
No
I'll
way.
have to look it up.
They're using deer butts, and then they're literally making squatch mounts from it. It's hilarious.
Do y'all think Sasquatch is real? Because I do.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Like-
I don't think he's around here, but I think up north, yeah.
I love watching the Sasquatch Hunter episodes and
Oh,
stuff.
it's so corny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's
you ever-
there's this one podcast I used to listen to, and it was like firsthand accounts, supposedly.
All right, hold on. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
going to show it to you and just
No.
give your initial reaction.
That's a Halloween decoration.
Well, that's a deer butt. Hey,
No.
when you edit this, you got to put that picture
Yeah,
in there
yeah.
so that people can see
No.
it. But
I
This
need-
this literally, I saved this photo and I've got it as my Onyx account.
No.
I need
that's a deer butt, man.
What's the teeth? Is that from the deer too?
No, they
know.
just like
Broke some ribs?
Yeah,
That is-
taxidermized
that's
like
awesome.
eyeballs and stuff.
Literally one eye right where the anus is. That's the funniest thing.
Oh well,
That's
that's
a
a,
good-
great way to
Yeah,
start this
so-
podcast
yeah,
off.
for
And
Want to meet the guy
funny.
that did that first.
yeah. Yeah.
Genius.
Where
Creative.
is that hanging? Because it's probably not a centerpiece.
I wish I had one in my house, dude. I wish I had one right here on this wall. I'm gonna try to buy one and do that.
Yeah, we need to. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Just like
Well.
have a giant buck, a good turkey, and then a deer butt that looks like a Sasquatch right in the middle.
You could double it up, make it double-sided.
Yeah.
that
faces.
that one picture with the one eye looked like Mike Wazowski from
Yeah.
Monsters. Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
funny.
dude.
Well, yeah, we didn't come on here to talk about squatches and
Yeah, and deer butt.
deer butts. So what are we talking about? Host?
Yeah, well, I wanna talk about a bunch of different things, but I really want to start off with how season's been going so far for you guys. We're getting really close to rut right now, and you guys, this is your
Pre-rut.
first like major season hunting public, correct?
Not public, but in this area.
In this
yes.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in this area,
Yeah.
really been hitting it hard here lately. As Tennessee Tech students, especially me, I'm a freshman. Chandler's on a second year, but I'm only able to do this stuff because of him, because he's got a house and we can keep all our gear and stuff
Yeah.
there.
That was a
Nice.
limiting factor for me last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Living in the dorms can really put a damper on this stuff.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about as big as this little studio
Big
here.
as this
Yeah.
table right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm over at Chandler's house quite a bit, but
Yeah.
So you guys have mainly been hunting a certain spot that's all water access.
Yeah, some yes, some no. We
Okay.
started with the road access. I mean, like everyone does,
Yeah.
stuff that's accessible by the road, just to lay eyes,
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
comfortable with the area before we started, jumping on the boat. But I brought my boat up here since I do have a house, and we go bow fishing. So that's what sparked it. I got on the lake for the first time. Saw what the banks looked like, saw some trees, and I was like, huh, we need to come up here and try deer hunting.
This
Yeah.
looks deery.
And
Yeah.
I mean, we've scouted a bunch. I mean, we've ruled areas off or
Too much
seen
pressure.
a ton of sign
yeah.
places. We found oaks in spots, but I mean,
Well, what's been the biggest challenge you've seen?
I mean, it's really just pressure from other people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've got some spots now that I'm consistently seeing deer, but they won't do the same thing every night because of people.
Yeah.
It's like I hunted it probably the first week, I think, of after the opener, and those deer were like walking real close to the road. You know, they felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And I hunted it. That was the first time I'd hunted it. And I took a buddy, and he killed a 6-pointer. It was like we'd been set up 15 minutes.
Yeah, you told me that story.
And then, and then,
First deer too, right, with a bow?
yeah, he got us both set up like 3 days before. Bought a
That's
climber
insane.
that morning, and
Golly.
I was like,
That's been the story of our season. Like people just
Yeah, everybody
people
you
that hunt-
take
I'm
kills
doing it
something.
wrong.
People
Yeah.
that hunt with us, they get their bow set up like the week prior. They haven't
Yeah.
put in a lick of scouting.
Oh.
They go and
Probably shot their bow 3 times,
right,
maybe.
right. Shot the
Yeah.
bow 3 times. They
If
said,
that.
"Oh yeah, I was playing on my phone, looked up, and there's a deer standing in front of me, so I stood up and shot it." Well,
Yeah.
man, I wish that happened. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Anyways, that spot is. I've been back probably 3 or 4 times. I try not to hunt the same spot over and over and over,
Sure.
like most people would, and just push the deer out. But
Yeah.
every time I go back, I see more and more sign that people are in there.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
also, like ground blinds and stuff like that keep getting further back into this property.
Yeah, which is illegal on public land
Really?
in Tennessee. Absolutely. You can't leave. You
yeah,
can't
you
leave.
can't leave anything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Can't leave
Yeah.
anything unless you contact the TWRA agent in that area and you get permission.
I
But
highly
then you
doubt
have no. Most of the time you're gonna find
Yeah.
when you find permanent stands or ladder stands,
Yeah.
lock-ons that are set up and you can tell they've been left.
Yeah.
They're supposed to mark it with their TWRA number, their last name, and their telephone number. But I've come across one stand from hunting public land for 5 years that was marked correctly.
Yeah,
Golly.
that tends to be the story. I
Yeah.
mean, I walked way back up in this place,
Yeah.
where me and him walked way up this creek bed one day, and then we split off. I went to the right, he went to the left, and
That's that place I told y'all to go to, right?
I
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Yep.
Yeah, so I walked way up this ridge and found an old tree stand made out of 4x4s,
Old trusty.
4x4s and 2x4s. And
I know exactly what stand you're talking about. I've
Yep.
seen it too.
yeah, I guarantee you there's been a lot of deer shot out
Oh,
of
I
it,
guarantee
but
it. Yeah.
Might lose. Like,
That one was probably before the law was made. That one was built.
I would have to agree. That one's been there a minute.
Yeah. But there's other ones in that general area that are,
Yeah,
the newer.
for sure.
People don't like to follow the rules,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes. But
it's public land. What are you gonna
it's,
do?
it's
that's
a
the
rodeo, man.
It's part of the challenge.
It's
I mean,
part of the adventure, man. It's like dealing with
well, that's what's great
imbeciles.
about that's what's great about saddle hunting.
Yeah.
Everything stays with you.
That's
Yeah.
another. This area that I was hunting, I was talking about. There's just not trees to get in. There's like very few. And
Yeah.
and if it is a tree you can climb, it is an ordeal.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those are some of the best, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thicker spots, especially like pressured public land, man. I mean, you see it all the time on these YouTube channels. Like hunting public guys are getting into thick stuff and hunting
Yeah.
off the ground.
Places no one else is gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. Like harder places to get to, harder
Yeah.
access, harder
Yeah.
hunting. Like it's usually where the deer get pushed to whenever they're pressured like that. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely what's made us get the boat out and get to these spots. I mean,
yeah, of course.
we killed some deer or killed one or two in the first couple of weeks of season. That tends to be how my season goes. Is I start off strong and then October gets kind of tough for me.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe in the October lull.
I was about to ask if you thought it was a lull or if it was just from pressure.
I don't think it's the lull. I think deer change their patterns so much during the month of October
They
that
avoid
it's just
Evan Winnie.
yeah. That's kind of what
They
it seems
avoid
like.
you because you're
This is year 2 of like 3 weeks in October of me not seeing a single deer. But it's just part of it. Like
yeah.
I'm on them the first 2 weeks of the season. The last 2 weeks, or as soon as November hits, I'm right back on them. But
They smell that blood on that arrow in your quiver, and they're like,
I guess so. Yeah, maybe I need to wash that quiver out a little.
Yeah,
bit.
maybe it's you need to learn how to hunt pressured whitetails.
Yeah, maybe so.
Man, I'm trying. Man,
It's
Yeah.
tough.
I'm
I know.
seeing a bunch of deer. I'm just not.
But, I mean, we learn something every single time we go out. That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Whether
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
a place not to
yeah.
hunt or a place to come back to with a better, better situation, better wind or weather or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this year we learned when you find hot acorns and find oak trees that are dropping, get in there and hunt them quick.
Yeah.
We waited, what, 3 or 4 days?
About 4 days, and it was
Nothing.
nothing like we had scouted the day.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
You gotta, when you find hot sign, especially on public land, man, you find that hot sign. If that, like, I can't remember who it was. Somebody talks about feed trees.
I think it's the hunting public because I
Yeah,
watched,
them, but I believe they got that from Warren Walmack, I think is his name.
I don't know.
He's an old school deer killer, but
another one that's really good at it is Catman Outdoors.
yeah, Catman's pretty good too. But no, when you find that hot feed tree, man, like you gotta hunt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Like,
tried,
that's not-
I mean, but they
Yeah,
just-
but well, I mean, but you
got
you
school.
took 4 days like to get
Right.
it
Well, I
back
mean,
in there. But
yeah. Well,
yeah.
we was that like
Let's
a
see.
Sunday?
No,
we sound?
so we had took that whole weekend. We just said, you know,
was
we're not gonna,
Saturday.
we're not gonna hunt at all this weekend. We're gonna do nothing but scout. And
Sure.
This
probably-
was like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, this was a couple weeks ago. Which that was, while it was the right mindset, it was probably the wrong mindset in this exact situation because we found that spot Saturday, decided Sunday, hey, let's go knock on doors. We spent all day Sunday knocking on doors when we probably should
Should
have
have
tried.
hunted that spot Sunday.
Yeah,
for
should have
sure.
just gone back to public. But
Yeah.
yeah, that day Sunday too was a rainy, dreary day. There wouldn't have been. We'd
Yep.
been the only ones out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Monday mornings when I killed my doe, though, we went to private
Yeah.
instead of going hunting those acorns. But
Yeah.
hey, it worked out for me. I saw
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
15 deer.
Yeah,
it
nice.
worked out for you.
Little 4-pointer was making a scrape right under me, and
That's cool. Was that public as well?
no,
you
that
said
was
private.
that's private.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, that's your spot
yeah.
that you
Yeah.
guys hunt together.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I saw a coyote that morning. That's been the most excitement of.
Oh, I shot at a coyote actually.
Yeah, me and Michael had one run deer off that we were having coming towards us.
That's
Yeah,
right.
night.
I had the same situation happen last week.
Coyote.
Most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hunting CWD and I got 3 does come in. That's like the most.
CWD.
What did I say?
You said CWD. Oh,
Uh,
you were in the CWD zone. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I had 3 does on me, like most ideal situation. And then one looks up and runs off, and then there's a coyote chasing him.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Bummer.
It's even
That's
worse
for
when the
sure.
coyote smells you and you don't get a shot on him.
Yeah, well, I was good. Like my wind was great. The problem I had is I had like 2 really specific shooting lanes, and
Yeah.
he was like right in between them.
Dang.
So I'm already down to like 5 arrows, so I wasn't about to waste another one.
No, I shot at a coyote a couple weeks back, but he ended up being at like 32 yards. And I shot for 35 because
Dang.
he was like running so fast. And
Yeah. Didn't have time.
I guessed, and it
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
few yards off. For some reason, I always guess a little too far
Go over.
compared to what they are.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe I should start guessing lower.
it might be
Shoot for
accurate.
30,
Yes,
you know?
and then
Yeah, it's-
back it back down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like weighing a fish. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
You-
yeah.
you guess the
Daggum,
weight.
That thing was 8 pounds.
Yeah, you guess
It's
the
like
weight.
Weighed 3 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always guess the weight and subtract about two pounds or so.
yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
You know.
Golly, so you guys have been knocking on doors as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How's that been going?
Getting a bunch of no's.
Thumbs
Oh.
down.
Yeah, thumbs down.
It's going.
Everybody's
Yeah.
been nice though.
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
run across anybody that's been
A jerk.
hostile. Or
How
a
many
jerk.
how many doors have you knocked on so far?
30.
Yeah, it's
40,
like 30. I mean,
something
Okay,
around there.
I mean that's still a good amount.
yeah.
it just took a while of just looking at Onyx and kind of mapping
Yeah.
out where we wanted to start. Because I mean, when you look at the map, you could start anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're picking a spot, working them out from there
Okay.
Yeah.
to not get lost in
Yeah.
all the different pins. Because if you look at my Onyx right now, you'd probably be like,
Yeah.
"What the heck?"
Yeah, mine's about
What
in
is
the
this
same
jumbled
boat.
up
I
mess?
mean, there's like
Yeah.
400 pins on top of each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very important to keep your pins color coordinated and
Yep.
Which I've got like spots we went to and the people were clearly home. They just didn't come to the door that we're going to go back to.
Yeah.
Change the color on those. And
maybe drive my truck instead of yours and
Yeah.
no,
change things
same
up.
Who's got
truck.
the nicer truck? Drive that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That always
true.
helps.
Same truck. That way they're like, all right, what do these guys want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're here twice.
Yeah.
Something important.
I've done a bunch of door knocking in my time.
You've had pretty good success with it, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just better at it than you guys are,
I mean,
guys.
teach me the ways.
Yeah.
Teach them.
I don't know, man. I don't know what maybe they just feel sorry for me.
I figure us being, like Tennessee Tech college students,
Yeah.
just broke, and figured
Yeah,
maybe
so
they
I
would.
always started off with, "Hey, my name's Evan Winnie. I'm a freshman at Tennessee Tech. We're new up here, and we're trying to get in the game and hunt a little bit. Have you ever let anybody bow hunt your property?" And
Yeah.
it's always, we either hunted ourselves, or how did you find me, or
Yeah.
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 Or it's, no, we don't let anybody hunt.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Or my son said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
somebody else that said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Which-
it people hunt already. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
to be
that's-
expected.
this area just, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of hunters.
A lot of hunters. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
We pulled up in one person's yard, and we were like, "Oh, hey, there's deer in their field right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope this is a yes." And she goes, "No, we hunt ourselves."
Yeah. She hunted.
Yeah. So,
She's like, avid hunter.
That's cool.
Yeah, you've gotten like 1 or 2 maybes so far.
Just one.
Just one.
one maybe that turned into a no.
It was a
Dang.
yes that got outruled 2-1 by like 3 brothers.
Yeah,
Dadgum.
it was family property, and we had gone to. This guy actually met me at the door, and he was like, "Hey, y'all are wanting to hunt?" Because we knocked on the tax address, which was a house he was renting to family, and the family pointed us in the right direction of his house, and
Yeah.
then called ahead. So he met me out there and was like, "Oh, so y'all want to hunt? Like, this property would be perfect for y'all." And I was really hopeful, and he's like, "Let me just check with my brothers, like they co-own it with me." Yeah, that
Didn't pan out.
I got outvoted, so
That's
no
a
big
bummer.
deal. That's part
Well,
of
hey,
it.
I mean, it was close.
Yeah.
Right.
At least guy was super nice and was wanting to let you hunt. you
Oh,
know?
absolutely.
Oh, he was all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and as many people as I can give my number and say, "Hey, if you ever change your mind, or you ever have problems with coyotes or whatever, give us a call. We'll
Yeah.
happily trade deer for coyotes, or yard work for deer, anything." So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think offering something up is always a good thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No, I agree.
For sure. Yeah.
I think the success I've had was just, I've gotten permission on a couple different properties, but most of the time, a couple of them I called.
Really?
Yeah. I called and was just like, "Hey, my name's Chad Rice. I live close, or I live in this area. I noticed on the tax, whatever it is, tax documents or whatever, that you own this piece of property here, and I'm, I bow hunt, and was wondering if you ever let anyone bow hunt your property." And I've gotten a couple yeses from that. I knocked on my neighbor's door in my neighborhood, and because there was a huge deer that ran across the road in front of me, but knocked on his door, and he said, "Man, it took me a while to work up the nerve to go out, because it's nerve wracking to walk up and just like knock on somebody's door and be like, 'Hey, can I
Come kill
get
things.
something
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
you?'"
right.
Door
Door number like 1, 2, and 3 for me, I was like pretty nervous.
Nervous,
Door number 30, I'm like, whatever. It's just another door.
just
Yeah.
another no,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But that's a
yeah.
good place to be too, because it's like I think everybody stops and doesn't end up asking at all, just because of the fact that they're nervous or scared to get a
Right.
no. But now that you guys have gotten so many no's, it's just like,
got low expectations, so
yeah,
you go
yeah.
into it and you get a yes. It's like, oh
Yeah,
my
that's
goodness.
like heck yeah.
right.
But I've also had some success on like finding properties that people own that don't live in the area.
That's what we've been
Yeah.
targeting.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
that's kind of what we shifted.
call.
That's
Yeah.
what we've shifted our sites to.
There's
for
some
sure.
there's some people search like websites out there where
really?
you can like find their current address. You can find their telephone numbers. Like usually like 3 or 4 different telephone
I may need to
numbers.
get those
Yeah.
websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just call and you just, be upfront and be like,
Yeah.
"I'm not trying to waste any of your time, but this is why I'm calling." And
Yeah. I have found that works a little bit better.
Because they don't have to like worry about you,
Waking
being
them
at
up
their house or
Yeah.
shooting
Yeah.
a bow, towards their
you're
house.
catching
Yeah.
them off guard sometimes
Yeah.
whenever you
Yeah.
just show up to somebody's house.
Yeah.
And
They don't have to
Absolutely.
interact with.
yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
literally just say like, "Hey, I'll be on the property." And the other thing too is you can say like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch your property as well."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which you said you
could,
had some.
Yeah, great
Instances
success from
with
that.
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I have several cases of that back home. Just, well, like especially neighborhood, you know, whatever neighborhood you live in or neighborhood that you're close to living
Yep.
in, you know.
Yep.
I get a lot of yeses back home, but that's just, you know, when you
People know who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
My grandparents have lived in the area
Yeah.
for 40 years, so that helps a ton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got close to 60 acres just of people's backyards back home.
Nice.
But
Some big bucks in the urban zones there.
we killed a 150 off of it last year.
Dang,
Golly,
son.
dude.
Or
That's
my
good.
buddy did. We were both hunting that deer, but
But that's you guys are you in East Tennessee?
yep.
You guys are like
South
right on the
Ain't that
other
many?
side.
Yeah, southeast.
I'm real close to Georgia.
Yeah.
Jace is northeast. You're
I can-
northeast, aren't you? Yeah.
This is giving away a little bit, but I can stand in
Well, don't do that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, don't
it's
do
all
that.
private, but
You can stand. Just say like, don't say it's states or something. Just
well, what I was gonna say, yeah, never mind.
okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah,
Don't give it away.
Yeah.
We're down there.
You can
yeah,
tell
we're,
us.
we're down there. So
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
We
Yeah.
know where you're at.
Yeah.
But that's surprising that you killed a 150 over there. Those are few and far between, man.
we got a few of them.
Yeah.
So my buddy killed. I think it scored out to be 148.
Yeah.
And so he killed that one, and then a month later, that deer's like it looked like a twin. I'd had that deer in early season. It was a mainframe 9, I believe. Probably another 145, give or take 5, run over in my neighbor's front yard. So our two biggest deer kind of got taken out last year, but there's
Bummer.
no telling what's about to show up here in these
Sounds
next
like-
couple weeks.
Sounds like Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's
Dude,
issue.
Dude, did I tell you what Matt said?
They don't
Yeah,
know
you-
Matt, but
You were telling me about it though.
Yeah, I don't think I told Evan, but he told me it felt like his wife cheated on him. so funny,
somebody
so-
killed his target deer. So
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so
he sent it to me too. That was
yeah, it was
hilarious.
hilarious.
when my neighbor texted me a picture of that deer that his dad was holding up in his front yard, my heart just sank.
It's the worst feeling ever, man. You put so much time in and like energy and focus like
Right.
on a deer like I'm doing now, right?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
this neighborhood deer that I have.
Just hoping and praying. That
And
he
it's just
doesn't.
like, man, I'm just like, a lot of people have seen this deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not shy. He runs around during the daylight,
Yeah,
but he's a big deer. And, I mean, I know that a couple people are hunting him.
Really?
And it would break my heart if he got killed by somebody else. I really want to kill this deer.
Gotta hit the woods hard.
Yeah, so
Well, I told y'all, he shows up. So I've got 2 years history with him. And the first year I saw him, first time I ever saw him was November 2nd. The next year, I saw him again November 2nd
Uh-oh.
in the same spot.
what are you
So-
doing November 2nd?
I'll be riding a tree in this.
What are you doing
this
November
CRÜZR
1st,
saddle.
the night before? Probably not sleeping.
Yeah, probably not sleeping. No, I'll probably be in the tree.
yeah. Just
Set up
start
the
at
night
12
before.
o'clock and just sleep it.
Yeah, just sleep
It's
in a
honestly
tree.
not a bad idea.
That's a great time.
No,
Those
but
last
he-
few days of bow season.
Yeah.
Before the muzzleloader weekend warriors hit it
Before
hard.
the Orange
The
Army
weekend
comes out.
warriors.
yeah, the Orange Army.
The Orange Army, yep.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was hunting that private land last night, and I heard 2 gunshots go off right at dark.
Yeah, you told me that.
I was like, I'm going to say somebody was target shooting, but
They were shooting coyotes.
I guess they didn't
Yeah.
know gun season doesn't start
Yeah.
for a little while.
yeah, it's like, when you're that far out there, some people just don't care, and
Well,
it really.
Yeah.
Did we talk about what happened next to this property in the last year?
Oh, no, because that's got the address. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's really close.
Yeah.
You'll
okay.
have to tell us later.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all later.
Yeah.
For
Sketchy,
Sure.
very sketchy stuff.
There's parts of this
Mm.
we make sure to carry
In that area.
In that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
no matter
I've hunted a
what.
few places like that before, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing about. So I've hunted mainly private land up until now. We still go mess around on public every now and then, but especially this year hunting public, can't carry like I normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so walking out of the woods, I don't always get scared, especially if I'm carrying. I feel perfectly fine, but
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these public land walks have gotten a little creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy. Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Usually, you can just look over and see headlamps though all over the place. So you're like, okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm
yeah,
safe.
yeah,
Yeah, there's other people. Somebody can hear me scream.
somebody can hear me. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it makes it even better because, like, I mean, I still have Verizon phone
Yeah.
service, and it's terrible up
Yeah.
here.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
real bad.
Both of us have Verizon, so it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, back home it's great, but here it's just terrible.
Yeah.
I got Spectrum and it runs off Verizon towers.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
gosh.
it's garbage.
Yeah.
AT&T though.
That's what everybody
I hear.
That's what,
Supposedly.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
Yeah, I got AT&T. Dude, literally, my parents had Verizon, and I was 16 years old, and I just got so tired of the bad service. So I just went and got my own phone plan.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm getting close, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
it'll
I don't
happen.
mind not having service being in the tree. I mean, I like just sitting there, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know you could call somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you guys are in the tree, like, how often are you on your phone?
I mean, it depends, but usually I don't look at my phone. If I do, if I'm in a tree for 4 hours, I might for like 15
Couple minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
I'm on mine a lot.
Yeah, I'm too.
I love just
I
sitting
try
there.
and stay off my phone, but if I catch myself getting restless and moving a lot, the way
Yeah.
I look at it is if I can look at my phone for 30 minutes and
pacifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and be still, you know, and it keeps me still and quiet, I feel like my odds of seeing deer go up.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely try and stay off of it more than I'm on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do too, but it's more like half the time I'm on it, half of it I'm off. But you know what I do on my phone? I'm not scrolling or looking at it. I'm playing Sudoku. Seriously.
Productive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like using my brain. I'm playing Sudoku.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's good.
You always got to have those games that don't require any service, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Just in case.
Jetpack Joyride.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
Yeah, we got like a
I played that was in
skateboarding
like
game
first
I'll play.
grade.
Yeah.
That's our like Temple Run or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I like Sudoku because it's like I'm sitting there thinking, and it's like, and I don't have to like think of like it just keeps my mind occupied until like I hear something,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
What drives me
what
insane
was that?
is I'll pull a phone out and I start hearing because my senses
Squirrels,
are just
yeah.
heightened in my
Yeah.
ears, and the squirrels just pick up, and I'm constantly looking over my shoulder.
Speaking of
wait.
squirrels, I've seen so many squirrels where
I've
I'm
seen
hunting.
some monsters.
Yeah.
I was about to.
Some big old squirrels.
Hey, I got footage of a squirrel that like had a messed up leg, like it had fallen out of the tree or something and broke its hind leg.
You sure you didn't shoot at it?
No. I haven't shot at a squirrel this year. I killed
Just
two-
armadillos.
Just armadillos.
Armadillo hunter.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. But
We'll get in that in a second. So finish what you're saying.
but no, this squirrel, like, he was doing the stinky leg coming down this tree. I mean, it was awesome. I was like,
dancing
man,
at you.
I'm glad I got a camera with me. But
I think I'm gonna get a slingshot just for the squirrels.
Dude, I've
man.
seen people on
BB gun.
Facebook carrying them around. It's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Because when they start barking at me, dude,
Oh my
God,
goodness.
it
Dude,
ticks
it's
me
so-
off.
So annoying. That or like a blow dart.
I keep
Blow
at
dart
least
gun.
one extra arrow in my quiver just for squirrels.
Yeah.
Never
I
know.
can't-
Of course you do.
I can't afford that at the moment. Arrows are too expensive
Just
right
go
now.
buy like a Walmart arrow and
I've
Oh, that's
done,
not a bad
I've
idea.
done that
Yeah.
before, and you don't change your setup at all.
Make
like-
sure it's the right spine so you don't blow
Yeah.
your bow
yeah.
up.
Other than
Yeah.
that, you're
Yeah.
good.
But no, like I bought a Walmart arrow one time and it'd shoot high and left 3 inches. So when I shot at a squirrel, I'd aim low and right 3 inches, and I killed several with that arrow before it broke.
Dude, I shot a squirrel last year, and honestly, it was the coolest kill I've ever had out of a saddle. Because I was like leaning like backwards. I was almost like flipped upside down. And
Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
stuff.
dude, it felt like
Hawkeye.
it. Yeah, I felt like Rambo or something. And so I took the shot, and then all of a sudden I just see like the squirrel's head just like pop off.
Oh my goodness.
And it was
Like
the
guillotine
decapitate.
tomb.
it was the
Yeah.
best shot. And then I killed another one that same year, and I've got a picture of me holding it, and I'm holding it upside down, and the hole's so big from the broadhead, you could see my eye
No.
right to the neck.
So
It's gruesome, man.
I don't ever
It was
shoot
a great shot.
I don't ever shoot broadheads at squirrels because that's just too expensive. But
Yeah.
if you ever go to Outdoor Junction or like anywhere that might
Yeah,
have
they got the small game heads.
not even the small game heads. I've used these rubber like mallet
Oh
tips.
yeah, for
And-
decocking at crossbows.
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
that.
that's what they're
but-
for. Yep.
Yeah, and so they're bludgeon tips, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I hit this squirrel one time with one of those. My buddy, I was hunting with another guy, and he was about 200 yards away from me, and he texted me. He's like, "Did you just fall out of the tree?" When that arrow hit that squirrel, it was so loud. It sounded like a 22 going off just about.
Dang, son.
Golly, man.
Because
Every
it's
deer
just a
there
flat.
knows you're there now.
I shot that squirrel, and like 30 seconds later, I had this little 5-point run up. Like,
He's like,
looking
"What was
for,
that?"
Looking for a fight.
Somebody-
I don't know what was happening, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Golly.
Speaking of fight, man,
Yeah.
it's that time, isn't it?
It
you
is
saw.
that. Yeah.
absolutely.
You sent me a picture of two bucks fighting,
Yeah.
going hard too.
Yeah, we've got pictures on camera, and then the last day I hunted, I heard 2 bucks fighting off in the distance, which that was wild because that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wild.
Super cool. I got in the neighborhood there's a bunch of little bucks. I mean, like this little spike here, or little forkhorn bucks, but they were. I had a couple of like one little forky, and then like a little 6-pointer or 8-pointer or something was sparring for a while in front of me one night. So they're getting frisky, man.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
the big boys too, because
Yeah.
that picture you showed me, they were going to town. They
Oh,
were
dude.
going at it.
So I stayed up till like 4 a.m. last night working, and I'm not kidding you. I got the first photo of them fighting around 11 o'clock, and they did
Yeah.
not stop fighting
I got a
till about
picture at
3 in the
11 too.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I know.
wild. It
Mike
was wild.
showed me the picture, all the pictures, but yeah, that's it's time to take them rattling antlers off the shelf and put them in the pack, boys. And
Yeah. Do you use antlers, or do you use like a rattling bag, or
Yeah,
what?
I was about to ask you.
I use just some sheds that I've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably best.
Yeah, I think natural sounds better.
Yeah.
Sheds about this size usually work the best,
Yeah.
but I know back home we don't.
See, I like the ones I have are about this size.
Yeah,
But you just cut the brow tines off of them.
Yeah.
They freaking work amazing.
Dude, I saw a video. I don't know who posted it, but it was on TikTok, and excuse me. But this guy tied together 3 sheds and then hung
At
them
ground level.
at ground level,
I saw
and then he
that.
would just like
Yeah.
pop it up, the string up, and it would make the noise.
Oh,
yeah,
Was
Bomar.
that
Josh
Bomar that did it?
Bomar, yeah.
yeah. That's a Bomar trick.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
No, he claims his grandpa invented it, but he didn't.
Yeah. I feel like multiple
guy's
people
a-
invented that. Anyways,
That guy's a piece of work. Anyway,
yeah.
we won't go there.
Do y'all rattle a lot up here though?
I don't rattle a lot. I mean, I think like for me, like mid morning,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bust out the rattling antlers if I haven't seen anything
Yeah.
walk through. I've had a bunch of little bucks come in, but I did rattle the biggest deer I've ever killed in a couple
Really?
years ago. Yeah, he was probably about this big, about an 8-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
But I was set up across, like overlooking a pretty big draw. And I was set up on one point midway on this draw, and then I could see across, and there was another point out there. And actually, this was back when I was still had the construction business going. And I got the guys started, and I got out to the woods at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, guys, I got to go do something real quick. Went out there at 9 o'clock, and it was late November. And dude, I sat down for like 15 minutes and rattled that buck in and killed him, and was out of the woods in less than an hour.
That's all.
Yeah, that's like ideal right there.
The biggest
Yeah.
deer I ever killed. Yeah,
Did you go back to work?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just put him in the back of the truck,
Yeah,
man. Nice and
sure
warm.
did.
Had to go
Nobody
pick this
knows.
up at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I went and dropped him off at the processing place.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have my cousin run a processing place,
Yeah.
so
That's
That
quite
helps.
I
Yeah.
get a discount. So
Yeah, I'm excited. I found my dad used to hunt, and I forgot to tell you this. There's a bunch of footage of me when I was like 6 years old because my dad tried to be like a professional hunter for a while.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah,
You
so
did tell me about this.
Yeah, so I found all the footage, but I found my dad's old rattling bag.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to try that out this season.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't think he killed anything with it, so I'm curious if I'm going to. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Are y'all looking forward to rifle season? Do y'all usually keep your bow
No.
in your hand, or do you?
I wish Tennessee would shorten their rifle season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really do.
it's crazy.
I think we've got the potential here, and it's shown in some of the deer that have been harvested in Tennessee.
It's getting better.
Like, yeah. And I think I was talking to somebody about this. I believe like trail cameras and especially like cell cameras have really helped
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with
Yeah, we talked
like
about this.
the age class of bucks, like getting older and getting bigger deer, you
Yeah.
know, because they actually
Absolutely.
know what's in the area and they'll
Right.
be
Oh,
more
yeah.
selective. Yeah.
Wait.
I don't
Well,
know if
and-
we talked about this on the last podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It was the last one or the one before.
Yeah.
Something like
Anyway, but yeah, no, I wish they would shorten our deer not our deer season, just the
that.
rifle
No, make
season.
that keep that the same.
Yeah, keep that the same or longer, you know. But
I wouldn't be opposed to them. Yeah, extending the season just a little bit.
Go
Yeah.
back to archery.
oh, they
for the
still
last, like,
no,
month.
Yeah, that's
dude,
not a,
they still rut like
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
up through February.
Oh
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Turn
I
it
mean, you
back
look
into
at-
bow. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that
Have
would
two
be
ruts
awesome.
with a bow.
yeah. that'd be
Even just
cool.
in an extra week or two of bow season
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Then those deer would be like, "Hey, we're gonna rut February 1st if it ends on the 30th."
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not far from Alabama, and they have like
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
Don't they have like
Think-
3 or 4 ruts?
no,
down there or
dude, you
something?
can literally hunt opening day with deer rutting, and then hunt closing day with deer rutting.
Yeah.
They
Golly.
rut all year long.
And it like starts at the bottom of the state and works its way up.
Well, it's just different spots. There's actually a
Okay.
map online that you can look at and shows all the
All the different spots.
all the different rut expectations.
yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Daggone.
yeah. So Alabama opens up like, what is it? 3
They
weeks
got a
later?
late opening date.
Yeah, it's mid October.
Yeah, it's like mid October.
And
Golly.
Yep.
but it goes till February.
Yeah, they
That's
got
the
a
thing.
yeah.
Oh.
So,
So they're like one of the last states hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Which
feel like they're doing it right though. I mean,
Yeah,
To
I
a
feel-
degree.
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, me too.
but if
so-
it keeps more quality bucks in Tennessee, then
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Pick your poison.
Yeah. So they extended the season in CWD, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they did for a week, I think.
January 31st.
Or no, yeah,
Yeah.
almost a
Closest.
month.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
wild.
whole
There's a gap of like 3 days in January. It's like the 13th to the 16th it closes for some reason.
that's the same as
Youth,
like
I think.
Yeah, I think it's a
It
second.
might be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
second
it's a
youth
second
season.
youth.
yeah.
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 because youth is always
That's
a
when it
week
normally
after or 2 weeks after
Yeah.
the regular
The
season
statewide
closes.
youth
Mhm.
closes.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Right.
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Then you got January 31st.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
extra weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make our way over to West Tennessee.
I
once
wonder.
January 3rd.
You
is.
can all you want. I'm gonna go to Alabama. It's closer.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
it is
that's
closer.
true.
It's
Yeah.
technically closer.
Yeah,
But
because
you
we
don't
can
have
get
to
to
buy a
Alabama
license.
from here in like what, 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's in my
No,
back.
I mean 2 hours. You can be in Alabama
Oh,
from
shit.
here.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna be hitting Matt up to take me somewhere and
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah.
go down and see him. Is he
Yeah.
coming up here?
yeah, I think so. Hopefully,
That'd be
he's going to
cool.
come up next week
Yeah.
or something.
Alabama's
figure it out.
licenses are decently cheaper than Tennessee, which that wouldn't take
Oh, they're
much.
way cheaper than
How much
Tennessee's out of state license.
Yeah,
are they? Tennessee's out of state's like $325 or something like that for the sports.
Yeah,
team.
that's a
crazy.
lot.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, most out-of-state licenses are gonna run you like Georgia. I used to hunt Georgia, and it's $350 for
Yeah.
a
Golly.
year-long big game license.
We were looking at Ohio, and that I don't know if I had the wrong information, but I thought it was like $180.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for out of state.
Wow.
Just wildly cheap, especially for the deer they have there.
Yeah. Well, Tennessee's kind of it's crazy how much it is for a resident sportsman's license.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
I pay $175 every year.
Right. That's
Yeah.
that's the high. I want to say I've seen a statistic it's like top 5 highest hunting license rates
Golly.
in the country.
Yeah. It's
For-
expensive.
When I was 12 years old, I bought my sportsman's license myself
For real?
It was like $900, but when you
It's-
turn 13, it's like 1,600.
Oh, your lifetime.
So I bought it myself. I saved up. I had money like just piled away from like
Shoot, if
birthdays.
I was 12 years old with $900,
I know.
I've been heading to the casino, man.
I bought it and it's already paid for itself. I mean,
Oh yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, of course.
You don't ever have to buy another fishing license, hunting
Yeah.
license.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
the only thing I buy every year is a federal duck stamp, and that's only because
Do you have yours too? Your lifetime?
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So
yeah, my parents
parents
should have bought me one.
Your
when I
parents
was-
bought yours.
at 10. No, I was 10
Oh,
when I
really?
got mine. Yeah. So like I had hunted for 1 year, and the people we hunted with were like, "Hey,
Buy it now."
you need to buy it now."
Yeah,
And
because
so-
it goes up to like $2,000 after
Lot.
13.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so
come
that was
down
that
till-
was my
No,
birthday and
until you're
Christmas.
like 65.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because my dad just bought his lifetime.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
wild. Do you have yours?
Mm-mm.
You pay for it every year?
I'm about to buy it though.
Yeah.
It still would probably
I mean,
pay
still, it's
itself
gonna pay
off.
itself off. But
absolutely
also, I gotta. I'm an idiot. I didn't buy my kids theirs.
Oh, okay.
It's like $200 or something before they're 3.
before they're 3. or
Yeah,
2.
but my
Maybe
kids
it's 2,
are
but-
I know.
yeah.
4,
Yeah.
6, and 9.
Something I guess you
well,
wouldn't think about.
it goes up though, like at
13.
every 2 or 3 years. Oh, have you already looked at it?
Yeah,
It used
it's,
to be.
It stays set at like it's 200 before they turn 3,
Yeah.
and then it goes up to like 800, I think.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
paid
about
80
right.
something for mine at 12.
Yeah, until you turn 13, and then after that it goes up to like almost $2,000.
Yeah, I think it's 1,600 or something like
Plus,
I think it's
yeah.
more than that.
Really?
It's probably
Yeah, I
went
wonder how
up.
much
It's been a
mine
while
would be
since
right
I
now.
think it's
Got it,
almost
so-
$2,000. Yeah, it's nuts.
yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, yours would be
Well-
close to $2,000.
Gosh, if I didn't get scammed today, man, I could have paid for half of it.
Oh man.
What a
Yeah.
dummy! I can't believe you fell for that.
Yeah, dude, I feel like an idiot, dude.
You get scammed on Facebook Marketplace.
No, there's a car dealership in town. I'm gonna be respectful, not say their name, but I really want to.
Yeah.
And they have like this thing going on where they're giving out deals, and they had these scratch off ticket things that came in the mail.
Oh boy.
And I read that freaking thing front to back, and then I scratched it off, and it said I won $1,000. And so I'm eating dinner, and I'm just like, I think I just won $1,000. So I call him up, and I was like, is this bull crap? Like, tell me I'm not gonna drive over there if it's not true. And he's like, did you read it front to back? And I was like, yes. I was like, it said I had to fill out a form. And he was like, okay, then come in tomorrow and claim your prize. I get in there, I sit down, and then the guy like makes me fill out the form. And then he said, oh, by the way, the scratch off tickets have nothing to do with the winning prize. That's just for fun. There's a number in the corner, and that determines whether or not you win. He's like,
What?
so let's go see if you win. So we walked over there. He's like, you didn't win. He's like, you did win a scratch off ticket.
That's just a ploy to like get you to come
Yeah.
in.
And then he's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you want to buy a Corvette? I'm like, dude, I'm
So is it a
freaking
Yeah.
23 years old. You think I can afford a $90,000 car right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even afford your lifetime hunting license.
dude.
Dadgummit.
I was excited to get $1,000. Yeah.
That's funny.
it's just too good to be true.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
way too
it's
good.
one of those things. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
I don't know. Just something felt good about it last night. And then I got there, and boy, did I fall for it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Is that where you were driving up to earlier today? when you
Yeah.
had
Yep.
Yeah, where I blacked out.
your- Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's go back to some deer hunting.
Yeah, sorry.
Chandler
So-
killed one, last week.
2
Yeah, you
weeks ago.
killed a doe.
Yeah.
And then I was with you when you killed that doe.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah, so
I
we
held off for so
Yeah.
dang long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to just, I didn't want to shoot one that was questionably smaller or anything like that. I regretted that after.
Don't look at me like that.
Saturday,
After waiting so long.
last Saturday morning, I killed a little buck.
Yeah.
I thought he was bigger than he was, and I thought he had more antler points than he did.
Yeah.
But he ended up being a half rack 8-pointer.
Yeah. Yeah, and that other side was pretty
Yeah, pretty
gnarly.
janky.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was still fun.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Another deer kill.
Yeah, but
He'll
killed
eat.
him, and then the next afternoon, The next day, actually, I took a nap and then woke up and had a kidney stone and
Yeah.
went to the ER and was in the ER for an hour before they gave me any kind of medicine. And that was the most excruciating pain
Oh yeah.
I've ever been in my life.
Gosh.
I've
But,
only
yeah, that's how my weekend went.
So November 2nd, if this deer shows up and he goes down, you're
It'll all be
done.
worth it.
You're
I'll be
done. You're
done,
tagged out.
Tagged out. So I'll have a doe tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have a couple doe tags.
Couple doe tags, yeah.
Yeah.
and then we
Which
can
I'd
always
still
go
like
to
to go.
Unit L.
Yep.
Yep. And then go to Unit L, kill 3 day.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But I
Well-
mean, I'll turn my focus to filming you guys
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'll be, if I kill that deer, dude,
Mission accomplished.
yeah, my season's made.
Yeah.
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 Because it's 3 years in the
3
making.
years of history with him.
Okay, yeah.
2 years of history with him. This
Yeah.
will be the 3rd year if I
Third year.
if I have an encounter with him.
Golly.
Which I did get a trail cam picture of him in
Couple-
late September.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hopefully the encounter is in the woods and not in the cab of your truck.
Please God. Please God. Let
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's by far the biggest deer I've ever hunted or seen.
What would you
On the
score
hoof?
it at?
Or
can you
I
even
don't.
tell?
Well, you can't really tell from the photo.
It's probably bigger in person.
I don't really know how far away he is from the camera. He's probably like 60 yards away, but he
yeah.
looks like a giant. He's definitely bigger than he was last year, and last year he probably would have scored 140 maybe.
Wow.
Gosh.
So he definitely put on some inches. I would say close to 150, 160.
Golly.
Big good
Yeah.
deer to get.
Yeah, that'll be solid. Well, walk me through your doe, man. How'd that go, Chandler?
Well, we decided to go down to that private property we got permission on. I sat that morning for 3 hours and didn't see anything. It was like 9 o'clock, and I had a 4-pointer come out and make a scrape right under me. So I watched him for 15 minutes or so, and then all the deer started moving. Where I'm setting up's like in this draw that they come out of, like a timber cut. They come down this draw into this. There's a little food plot that we attempted, but the rain did not cooperate this year for us to make anything grow. But
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that.
they come through that area down that draw, and as soon as that deer showed up at 9 o'clock, he left, and then it was like all the deer started coming. Like 9:15 when I shot that doe, there was 4 deer that stepped out, and I had this I was sitting on the edge of this field and had a limb on my left, a big old limb that stuck out and covered like most of my shot in the field. So, but it was kind of behind me, so I still had a good area. And of course, they stepped out right behind that limb where I didn't have a shot. So I was on my knees trying to shoot under that limb, and they came out just where I could see their legs, but I couldn't see any their body. And so they started moving across the field, and I just stood up, and that biggest doe stopped in a perfect basketball-sized hole. I shot straight through that.
Golly, man.
Smoked her.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was
Nice.
a double lung.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
then
is.
I saw like 10 deer within 10 minutes after that, just
Yeah.
all around me.
Golly.
They just all started moving at the same time.
That's good.
That
They
deer
tend to
ran
do
a
that.
little farther than I thought it was going
Yeah,
to.
she went probably 100 yards, but I don't think the broadhead opened
Yeah.
because I'm shooting expandables.
Well, that's what you get when you shoot expandables.
If I had the bow to shoot fixed blades, I would be shooting fixed blades.
You don't have to have a crazy bow to shoot fixed blades.
I just, for now, I'm going to stick
What
with
bow are you shooting?
I still got a PSE Stinger
Hey,
ready to shoot package.
you killed a deer with it.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
That's
he
right,
kept
man.
telling me, he's like, man, I think I'm about to buy a bow. And
And I'm like, no, I'm killing a deer with this bow.
yeah, he's like, I gotta kill a deer with this bow before I get rid of it.
It was my
Yeah.
dad's that he bought because he took his bear from he bought 1980 something.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, he wanted to get it set up for deer hunting. And they were like, dude, no.
Hey,
So
but
they
that
sold him
bow is
that
a
bow.
fish killer, though.
Yeah. But this bow,
Golly.
it's not set up for me because I would probably shoot 31 and a half draw.
Yeah.
And this thing maxes at 29 something.
Dang, so you're shooting
So
a short draw.
I don't
length.
even know how to shoot right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm shooting a short draw, and it maxes at like 62 pounds, I think. I can't
Yeah,
remember
that's
what
You wouldn't know how to act if you had a bow that fit you.
No, but killed a deer.
Yeah,
Hey.
you did it.
That's all I
Made
can
it
ask
work.
for.
Yeah.
Time
Now
to
you
get rid
can
of it and get you a
yeah.
new one.
Well,
Get a
well,
new bow.
next spring, summer, definitely
Yeah.
switching,
Yeah.
upgrading.
Yes,
something.
sir. There's some good bows out there for in the medium price range.
Yeah, I'll have to
And
shoot.
then there's some really good ones for a lot of money.
Well, I'll be honest. Last February, I was shooting bows, like flagship bows.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
they're sweet. aren't they?
$1,200 just for the bow.
Yeah,
And last
a
week,
lot.
I was like, marking up what I would put on a new bow, sights and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I racked up like $900 something just without the
Just
bow. And I was
accessories?
like, ooh,
Yeah,
okay,
you're talking
we're,
about $2,000.
we're gonna have to rethink the bow here.
No, but I mean, if you, I mean, it's an investment. It'll last you a
yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Especially
do
the
it
way they
right.
shoot now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm spending the money, I'm spending the money.
I don't know how they could get much better than they are now. You know what I mean?
They'll find a way to change it just
They do.
enough.
Well,
But they
that's
do a
kinda-
little bit of
Tweak.
improvement
Yeah.
just enough.
every year, just a little bit.
It's like the
But it's
iPhone.
like if you buy a bow now, it'll last you 10 years before
Oh, yeah.
they come up with something like groundbreaking.
Like
you know what I
actually-
mean?
Well, see, I have a flagship. I think I have Bear's flagship bow from 2015, 2016.
What's
I
it
lo-
called?
The Agenda 7.
Yeah.
And love that thing. Shoots great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but kills deer, shoots straight. That's all I need. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd love to go have a brand new bow, but I have no reason to upgrade.
Yeah, man.
So,
Don't fix what ain't broke, you know?
right.
That's right.
I mean, I'm dialed in out to 60. That's all I need around here. So,
If I shot at 60, that arrow would enter at like a 90-degree angle to the ground. It'd be pretty bad.
Well, Wesley, what about your season so far, man? What's your deer encounters been like?
It's been pretty good. I've talked a lot about what's happened so far, but I've been out of town way too much for
Yeah,
this
that's
season.
right. But coming up, the rut,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a good week and a half to hunt
Oh,
hard.
Yeah. Well, and that's the best part because it's like I hate that I've like been out of town as much as I am, but I'm glad that it's like all ending now.
You're
So,
back at a good time.
yeah, like I can actually
Yeah.
focus and,
Yeah,
and really try to get stuff done. And since I've been back, we were in the Memphis area. I got to hunt some CWD property that I've got permission on, and that property is just fun to be on because they manage the living heck out of it.
yeah.
They've got a bunch of food plots, and so it's like you just pick where you want to set up, and something will show.
Yeah,
So
no bad
that's-
spot.
Yeah, so that's just been super nice. And the cool thing is none of them saddle hunt. So they've got all of these fixed stands put up, and they're
Yep.
telling me like, oh, you could go sit in this stand. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go sit right there. And they're like, there's nothing there. And I'm like, well, I'll be good. Don't worry.
I got to stand.
You
Yeah,
pull something out of your backpack and they're like, what?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super funny. But when I got back into town, I got to hunt the afternoon that I got back, and that's when I heard the two bucks fighting, and then had the worst situation that possibly could have happened, and took a shot on one and couldn't find my arrow and couldn't find blood, and
But
like
you
I
hit her.
I
Yeah.
hit her for sure, and so
Yeah, it happens to everyone, man. Like earlier this season happened to me too. I hit a deer,
yeah,
and the shot looked great. And
Yeah.
when I got down, I mean, she was at like 12 yards, and I don't know what happened. I was shooting a expandable broadhead, and there was like a little oak bush in front of her, but she had stepped away from it and was clear of it. The vitals were, and I shot, and when I got down and looked at the arrow, there was like gut matter.
yeah,
But I mean, the shot was placed
yeah.
perfectly. Like my
Yeah.
pin was on vitals, but I think what happened is maybe one of those blades kind of caught one of that oak bush and
Turned
diverted the arrow
deflected.
backwards. Yeah.
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 So it's
yeah,
part
we
of
looked
bow
for her
hunting,
for a
man.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, we looked for her for what, 2 hours,
Yeah, 2 or 3
almost
hours.
3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I tracked her until we lost blood. The worst part is,
And then
it's
we
like-
were following drool where
Yeah.
she was drooling. You
Yeah.
could tell she was drooling.
Yeah, probably not going to find that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. It just sucks because it's like it's the first one of the season that I've had
Yeah.
like a really good shot on, and
Yeah.
you finally get to take it and you hear it and it smacks hard. You know, there's very specific noise, and you get down there, no arrow, no blood, and then you're just looking around at that point trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And so, But
Grid search.
Well, I mean, that kind of happened with the deer I shot earlier that you were
Yeah,
with. I
yeah.
mean, I had that arrow impact, and I shot a little far forwards and hit the shoulder, but my arrow blew straight through it.
Yeah.
But
it did some damage. Is
it
what
Oh
it
my
did.
goodness.
It did some damage.
That broadhead opened.
Yeah. Now that broadhead opened up, but
Did what it's supposed to.
except that deer didn't bleed. I mean,
Yeah, we couldn't
a
find blood to save its
3.5
life.
Well,
inch gash.
And that usually happens. Did it go out the other side or
never
just-
found my arrow.
Yeah.
never
but
did.
you found the deer, right?
Found the deer.
So it was a
Yeah.
clean pass through, right?
No.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
really don't know.
So this was the interesting thing because where the entry wound was very close to another point where the skin was cut. So it almost looked as if when you hit it, it like bounced sideways almost and then exited on the same side that he shot.
It was weird looking.
It was
wild.
But it killed her?
Yeah,
Oh,
I-
dude, it annihilated her.
Me and Wesley just branched off because we lost blood. Or did we even really
Yeah,
find
we couldn't
blood?
find blood.
Yeah, we
And
didn't.
then we
Well, that's what I was going to say is when you hit him in the shoulder blade like that, it usually doesn't pass through the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're shooting at an angle elevated and it goes through sort of high in the shoulder blade like that, the shoulder blade's going to keep blood from coming out.
Right.
But also, like, you've only got one wound
Yeah.
and it's a little bit higher on the deer. It's
Right, and gravity
most of
doesn't-
the time you don't have blood on wounds like that.
But
Right.
she was quartering away, wasn't she?
She was quartered away a little bit. And it definitely helped that this was a little bit smaller doe, but
yeah.
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 It's interesting though.
We
Very-
couldn't believe we found it.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that was the
But she
wildest
only-
thing.
She only went 40, 50 yards.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
literally we thought she went a different location, like a different direction, and so we followed that probably like 100 to 120 yards.
Yeah.
Lost track. We were just like, let's just start over. Then we went the other direction, and
We
then
just followed a
Evan.
ditch.
Yeah,
I
and then
mean-
Evan branched off in one direction. I was like, let's just follow this barbed wire fence. I was like, it seems as if it couldn't have gone past that. We kept walking, and
Yeah.
then we just saw a big
enough.
pile of blood, and then right beside it was her dead.
And I tried to track that blood back. She did not
No
start
blood?
bleeding until 5 feet before where she dropped.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's what I'm saying. Those high
weird.
in the shoulder shots like that are
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
usually
rough.
if you don't see them fall
Yeah.
and you like, especially if you don't see the direction they run. I mean, it's so hard to find those deer.
We watched that GoPro video like 10,
Oh,
20
I'm-
times.
I'm
Yeah.
very glad I had that GoPro
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
this tree, this piece of, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I felt like my shot was a little far forwards. And I told him, I was like, I think I hit her. I got a piece of the shoulder and she went this direction. And that was about the only information we had. But it was right.
It's usually
It
all
worked
you
out.
have. Yeah.
She's in the
Yeah.
freezer now.
yeah,
She
buddy.
is-
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that was
There's
a good
not much
night.
of her left, actually.
We've yeah.
Yeah, that
We
was
hit it
wild
up.
because we were initially going to go bow fishing, and then
Dang it.
yeah, and then on top of that, we were like, well, we're here early, let's scout, and so we started scouting, and then we went to a certain location, not going to say it obviously, and then we started walking up the tree line to where there was an open field, and then all you'd see is just like Chandler holding a fist telling us to stop.
Yeah.
And then
10
and then
yards.
yeah.
Were
Deer
y'all on
sitting
the ground? Were you on the ground when you
Yeah,
shot?
we literally
No.
were like just off the boat.
Yeah. So we
No,
were
I'm saying when he shot that deer.
Oh,
Oh no, we
Oh.
set up that night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
all got up in the saddle.
It's funny. I went bow fishing, but took your deer
Yeah,
hunting.
yeah.
Well,
Well-
we were going to scout and deer hunt that evening, and,
Yeah,
then,
and then
we
if
were
we
going to
didn't
go
kill
drop
anything-
the stuff, our deer hunt stuff off,
Yeah.
and go bow
And
fish.
then go
Yeah.
bow fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take his bow fishing virginity.
Yeah. I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for it.
Oh, you're gonna be hooked.
But that was funny because like Evan stops and then I just see him taking his shoes off so that he can walk quieter. And then I just like inch my way back to the boat, grab my bow, and then I like turn around and then I just see Chandler doing this with his hands because
Yeah,
there
so
a
I'm
buck?
like standing there 10 yards. There's 3 doe. Have no clue I'm there. 10 yards. No joke. And I'm looking. I like got on my knees. I was trying to just look through the brush. And I'm trying to tell them, like, somebody get a bow, see if we get one. And then they start moving around a little bit, and I see a buck in the field. So I'm just, like, letting them know, like, there is a buck. We need.
Yeah.
Was it a big one?
I couldn't see, like, the full rack. I saw, it was like an 8-pointer, I think. It was a decent size
Decent,
buck.
like
But
not
it was
not like a little basket
no,
rack.
it wasn't like little, but
pretty decent.
I could see it through the brush, it
Nice.
was knocking some brush around. But
Heck yeah.
You tried to. You got like what?
Yeah.
10 yards behind me, and then they.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
I
snorted.
Blew out.
I caught a glimpse of one. I was trying to point it out to you. And
I just couldn't see it to save
Yeah.
my life, man.
I was in there
That
like
that the
looking at
hardest
it,
part.
and you're just standing up like.
Yeah,
trying to find it, and I'm
I was
like-
like, I can't find this thing. Like, what do I do?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I could shoot this thing.
Yeah.
It's standing right there.
Yeah, I should have just handed you my bow, man.
Just
Yeah.
threw it. Yeah,
yeah,
but
that was
we
fun.
went back and I saw a bunch of deer where I was sitting.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I saw
I coulda
5 that
shot
evening.
4 of them, but I
Yeah.
didn't because I want to go bow fishing.
And
They were just
bad.
little.
Yeah, that was wild too because we all set up probably like 100 to 150 yards away from each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not terribly far.
Yeah.
And then I like got in a spot where it looked like somewhat of a bedding area, and then Chandler was like 150 yards from me, and then Evan was 150 yards from him.
Shoot, if that. I mean,
Yeah,
I could
if
see
that.
you.
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like
and I saw some does in the distance at first, and it was like on the other side of the field, and then they were like walking the tree line. Chandler was watching them the whole time, and they like I
Had
didn't
no
know
phone
it,
service.
but they like circled around to where I was at, but it was getting too dark to take a shot.
Oh,
And
they
so-
were there for like an hour and a half in front of it.
and I had
front of you, and they had no idea.
no clue, because they were on the other side of the tree line, and I couldn't see. It was just too thick, and I couldn't see through. So I started like getting down, and then like I get halfway down the tree, and then they start snorting.
Here.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw like 8 deer come down a ditch that I was hunting. And another thing about that spot is me and Evan went back to try to kill a deer there because that ditch, like they're following it to go to this feeding, to feed in those fields at night.
That was only 2
we
or
went
3
back
days
2
later.
or 3 days later, and we're setting up on this ditch. We got the cameras, like,
Oh, my.
we're gonna get us a deer on film,
Yeah.
and then we hear like, shh, 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 shh. It's the guy with a crossbow
oh my
Oh,
god,
you told me
marching
about
up
that,
the
yeah.
ditch
And
with
I
his
mean,
girlfriend.
It's perfect prime time. Like
Last
a deer
30
should.
minutes,
Yeah,
maybe?
a deer should
Yeah.
be
I
walking
said-
out, and he's walking.
yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah, we did, and he
Oh,
was
I
like,
did.
like stopped, and then they just kept walking.
golly.
That's
And then they
The joys of
just
public
walked up the
land for you.
ditch and then walked back out and left. It was like still daylight, and we were like, well, I guess we're getting down.
should have just stayed, man.
Well, no, it was dark by the time
Oh,
we got
dark,
down, but
yeah.
I mean, it was they came through 30 minutes before.
Dag,
Right
damn it.
when we started hearing stuff in the like coming down the ditch, I think we heard like something.
Yeah, we had some. I think we had a couple deer behind us.
Yeah.
And they were headed our way or just about to go out in the field, and that was when that dude started walking down the field edge.
Yeah, but I mean, it's public land.
Yeah,
It's
what
happened.
a
Stuff like
joker.
that's happened.
They have
Yeah.
just as much right to be out there as we do.
That's right.
Doesn't mean it
Yeah.
doesn't frustrate you.
Doesn't
but
mean it
Yeah.
doesn't suck, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody's got their own way of hunting.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Maybe the crossbow sneaking around. Well, I don't know about sneaking, but
Yeah. I thought it was a horse coming down the edge of the field or something
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Did
know.
you guys see that video? Those two guys were like 30 yards away from each other hunting public, and a doe popped out, and one took a shot at him, and then the other guy, you have no clue in the video that he's there. You just see him get out of the tree and then walk over. He's like, "Dude, I had no clue you were here." He's like, "Yeah, I just shot that doe." He's like, "I'm literally in that other tree. I was drawn back on it," and they had absolutely no idea what was going on, and they were just looking at each other like, "What the heck?"
how do you not notice somebody setting up
That's
30
what I
yards? Like
thought.
you must be like deadly quiet.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Dude, I was bow hunting on some public down close to where you guys are at, and it was muzzleloader,
Oh boy.
but it was like midweek, and I'm bow hunting, but I got my orange vest on,
Yeah, you better.
and but this field edge drops off into this like ditch, and I'm hunting the ditch,
Right.
so I'm like almost even with the field
Yeah. Yeah.
in the tree.
Yeah.
And I see this guy come in the entrance, man.
Uh-oh.
And then next thing I know, he just pulls his gun up and shoots my direction.
Oh,
And I didn't see a doe, but there's a doe coming. He shoots in my direction. I just hear right past me.
That'll make you pucker.
And then I watch him load again.
It's like Civil
And,
War.
and,
right here.
and the doe has no idea, and she's just standing there looking. He does it again. It goes right past me again, dude. I take my vest off. I'm like swinging it over
Yeah.
my head, like
Yeah.
flagging. Then he does it one more time, but he's like coming toward me. And finally he gets close enough because the doe's done gone off over the ditch. after the third shot. And
Yeah.
dude, I'll let that guy have a piece of my mind, dude.
How did
yeah.
he not see orange? I mean,
I don't know, man,
I can
because
see
it was in the
orange.
fall too.
Yeah.
Or like the leaves were gone.
you
Yeah.
see that through the hardwoods at 300
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leaves
No.
were gone.
No excuse for that, but
But dude, that was scary.
Dude,
Yeah,
some people
really.
just don't care.
Yeah.
That's
No,
a sad
he.
thing.
I don't think he saw me because he got mad when he saw me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, because I'm like,
But like, dude, you're
this is way back in the day, and I was a
yeah.
little wilder. I was cussing him out, dude. Like it scared the life out of me, dude.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure.
well, rightfully so.
And he takes his vest off and like gets
Ready to
mad,
fight.
takes his vest off and takes off walking back the way he came, and I'm like, well, whatever, dude. You're the
I
one
mean, you were there, set
Yeah.
up first.
being an
Yeah.
idiot,
Yeah.
almost shooting
for
me.
real.
So
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous to see what it's going to be like up here.
I
Yeah.
don't recommend hunting public land during gun season and the weekends. Like
Well,
through the week's okay, but like if y'all need some private hunt on, y'all can come with me
yeah,
because it's
for safety reasons.
yes,
Yeah.
for
let's say that.
safety reasons. Yeah, exactly.
Because I know here, when next weekend, muzzleloader opens.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be in the woods.
Oh, I wouldn't
Yeah.
either. Like usually it's like the first couple of weekends, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Get
hectic,
hit
and
hard.
Right.
then it kind
Thanksgiving.
of slows down.
Thanksgiving will be wild
Yeah.
too when gun
Yeah.
opens.
yeah.
So
Everybody and their brother comes out, and
Unless it's nasty weather. If it's nasty weather, I
Yeah.
might get out there and get after it.
I'd like to go. If it snows, I'd like to go
Yeah.
get out there.
go do some scouting for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'd like to kill something in the snow.
that'd be really cool.
Never tried something like that before. Be fun.
I've done a lot of scouting after it snowed around
Really?
here, and it's very productive. Like I found where does were bedding. Like I know
Yeah,
like the lease that I'm on. Dude, I know where all the deer bed. I should be hunting up there, but it's just like it's really hard to access the where the deer are at on that property.
Gets steep
It's
in some
hard
places.
to get in clean. Is
Yeah.
what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
That's where they're at.
Yep.
They want to be where they know when
I
you're
know, dude.
walking in.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is it's like it's hard to get into that spot clean. Like either the wind is going the wrong direction, or the deer are bedded to
yeah,
their advantage of like access, and it's like it's tough.
Yeah.
There's some big ones on there though.
I found that hunting near water, that the wind, if it says it's coming out of the south, like I get there and it's blowing from the north, and then it blows from the south, and then it switches to the west. It just like swirls.
Oh yeah, the thermals off the water will do a lot.
It's just
Yeah,
terrible.
the temperature of the water will pull the thermals, and like it'll do a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, you'll have perfect wind. Deer walks out, switches. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like the story of my life.
But also like
about where I'm at right now.
also like the spots you're talking about, there's steep hills and stuff
Yeah, that's
too,
what I was
which
gonna say,
does
too.
a lot.
Yeah,
It
it's
does
just right
a
in
lot
between
to
that.
wind. Yeah.
So thermals, it's like blows up in the morning and then down in the afternoon? Or how does the thermals
Yeah.
actually work?
The thermals will draw up in the morning and they'll fall in the afternoon. Yeah, toward later in the day.
Okay.
Think of like heat rising and heat,
Yeah. Yeah.
like because when the sun starts to shine, it's going to heat up the air that's lower to the ground and it's going to pull it up,
Mhm.
Yeah,
right? And then the same thing, like that colder air,
It's going to draw it down.
it's going to fall.
it's like dew.
Late in the
I
day.
mean,
Yeah.
it burns the dew off when that sun comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested how Rut's going to go. All of the bucks we've got on that piece of private we're hunting is still showing up at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And so
Gotta find those funnels. Funnels,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I don't know if we just don't have enough cameras up or
Pinch
we need to move
points.
our cameras around.
You need to get out there.
You
and
need to learn
watch.
how to hunt, is what you need.
Yeah, well, I really do, honestly.
Cameras are not the like.
I've gotten
They
Yeah.
don't.
I've gotten to the point where I very
Cameras for me are to let me know that deer is on that property.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Deer are going to use the same funnels, the same pinch points. They're going to during the rut, they're going to be downwind of bedding areas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, like, you got to establish the bedding areas.
Mm-hmm.
you want to stand for that wind close to that bedding area. Like if you we get a lot of northeast winds here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you want to find a bedding area where you can be downwind of that bedding area, and that deer will be traveling that hard edge a lot of the time, checking that bedding area, or they'll be running parallel to like known food sources, checking downwind of the known food sources, or even trails. Like, deer walk the trails. Well, when it's the rut, they'll usually cut the trails to try to check the trails.
Yeah.
Try to be the most efficient at checking trails to find that doe in heat.
Yeah.
So, I know the property you're talking about. So what you need to find there is a pinch point.
Yeah.
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 Which there's some on there.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be your best bet, especially or even rut funnels. And that means just whatever's gonna funnel the deer to travel to in a specific spot. You could have like a hard edge with like a hill, you know what I'm saying, or like a saddle going between two ditches. That's gonna be a good funnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even a ditch with like a steep ditch with like some brush, and that's gonna pinch the deer down to travel through that spot.
Okay.
Especially during the rut. I mean, that's because deer are gonna be moving during the rut.
Yeah.
And then you got to find the spots where it's going to funnel their movement through that area.
Well, the best thing you can do in the rut is just be out there.
Yeah, the time in the woods is
that is the stupidest a big buck is going to get. Are those during the rut. And I mean, I've had a deer. It was the very first year I started hunting. Right, me and my dad were about to go. I'm like 9 years old, and we had this deer. Sounded like a herd of water buffalo coming up the side of this mountain. And that is, to this day, that's the first big buck I've ever seen, and it is still the biggest buck I've ever seen.
And the last one he's ever seen.
Yeah, probably most likely. But no, Dad, and this is another reason why I'll never shoot a 30-30, but...
What? It's the best gun ever made for deer.
I've seen
Killed a lot.
I know they kill a lot. I don't doubt it one
I've
bit.
killed a lot with my 30-30.
I've seen 2 big deer hit with a 30-30 and not go down. Either require that one of them took 3 more shots, and one of them they had to track for 5 miles with a dog and never found it.
DeKalb County's record deer,
Really?
174 inches, I think. My wife's cousin killed it.
With
30-30.
I'm
While it was running.
Oh, really?
Golly.
Now
I'll show you a picture of that here in a minute.
I'm not bashing the 30-30. I'm just saying personally, I'll stick to my 7 mag.
Go big or go
Of course
home.
you will.
If it ain't got a softball size hole in it, I don't want it.
Right. I mean, if it's standing behind a tree, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut it down.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I love the 30-30, man. That's like I'd say a 30-30's killed more deer than any other caliber.
Oh,
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. 100%.
They're getting harder to find too. I mean, 30-30s are expensive.
Any lever gun, really.
Yeah.
I mean, lever
Ooh,
guns
I got a
right now.
sweet Marlin 30-30 Cowboy Edition.
See, I've got an
awesome.
old 336 Marlin, and then I've got an 18.
That's what I got is a 336, but it's the Cowboy Edition
Really?
or Western
It's
Edition.
like a
they
brass.
call it. No, it's just got like just
The etching,
cool
yeah.
etching stuff on it. Yeah.
If I could find a 336 and 35 Remington, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. I like that.
I want to buy
350 Legend.
a 350
I
Legend
knew it was coming.
because my brother's got
Got a can for
a
it.
suppressor for it. Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a BB. Well, we talked about this last time, but anyway, I want what I want it for is for my son to shoot it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'd take a lot of recoil.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that, wouldn't have that much recoil to start with.
no, but
tell
I
you-
mean it's just like quiet.
Yeah.
and it's not going to scare him.
Scare him,
You
yeah.
know,
I tell you, another deer killing round is a 243.
I will
Oh.
second that one.
that's the first deer I ever killed
Yeah.
with a rifle. Was
I've
a
never
243.
tracked
Same.
a deer with 243.
I've never had an
Never.
issue with it.
They
No, I
drop.
haven't. Yep, they do.
I don't know what it is.
I was shooting.
If they don't drop immediately, they drop within like 5 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was shooting with my 243. I'm shooting 75 grain bullets versus what
Shooting
usually.
like 300 now, something like that.
No. So I still shoot those 75 grain bullets, but they do a number on them. I mean,
Well, I got a 45-70 with 400 grain bullets now, so
Golly.
I've had that for the
That's
bear
a
trip I took.
Giant.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that does to a deer.
It should put a decent hole in them.
Please keep it away from the shoulders.
Yeah, no, I don't want to ruin that meat.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah.
You went on a bear hunt this year.
Yeah, I did.
How'd that go?
It was a really cool experience. I mean, that was that was a first for me for sure. Like,
Yeah.
but it was a totally organized. Like, it's a big group of guys that we've been putting in for. I mean, they've had us on their list for years. We just never can go the weekend we get drawn. I mean,
Yeah.
we got drawn just about every year, but you get an area, a unit that you can hunt between your group. That's like 50 guys. I think 50 is like the minimum you have to even get awarded
Yeah.
the permit. And they hired dog guys to come in, and they were running like 40 different dogs
Golly.
through this unit. And they tell you, like, they pulled us in a meeting the night before and had a big map laid out. It was like, we need to have, the dog guys came in and said, there needs to be a guy here, there needs to be a guy here. Told everybody where to set up just based off where those dogs are going to run. And we went out there the first morning, and me and my dad, we kind of got put off on the like far left corner away from everybody. It was just in the middle of nowhere. And we walked down this trail that was supposed to take us 20 minutes according to the dog guy. Which it took us, let's see, an hour, I think, an hour and 20 minutes. And it was like Tornado Alley. We were like on our hands and
Blowdowns
knees
everywhere.
going over trees. And it was like a 100-foot drop.
Gosh.
At one point, I fell down on my knees and about slid off the side of it a couple times. But anyways, we got to the back of that trail and set up, and dogs like came right over the hill, ran right in front of us. So like we were in a good spot. And about an hour later, like 8 pigs, which up there there's no rules like regulations on the pigs. They're like, just kill them. They're a nuisance there.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't get a shot on one where they were like 100 and something yards away and had iron sights running through the trees. By the time I got the gun up, they were gone. But we that group, they killed 2 or 3 bears in a 2-day hunt.
Golly.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
They ran like, I want to say 8 bears out of that unit. The dogs did. It's
Hey,
pretty cool.
Stick with them, then.
Hunting
Huh?
with dogs is fun.
Yeah, those dogs are amazing. I mean, they are working all day.
Oh, yeah, dude.
They're just running.
I've only ever rabbit hunted with dogs, but to watch the dogs work is just as good or even better than the hunt itself.
Well, these guys are just sitting in their trucks with GPSs while these
Right.
20 dogs are just running.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
running,
that's wild.
running bear. I worked with a guy in West Virginia one time. He would work all day, then go home, go out, get his dogs, go out at night, and stay out till 2 or 3 in the morning treeing bears.
Yeah.
And this was like not in season, so he couldn't kill them.
Just
He was
practicing.
working his dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he'd pull his dogs off, go home, sleep a couple hours, and come to work.
These guys were talking about the vet bills that come along with doing this. And the guy said he's had 5 dogs to the vet this season since August.
Oh,
and he told us that if those dogs have to go to the vet on the weekend, it's $2,600 before they even get seen.
Ugh.
So $2,600, and then the doctor will look at it and decide, oh, you got to have surgery, and it's another $2,000 or whatever.
Gosh.
So those dogs are like those guys. I mean,
Yeah.
like that means a lot to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that first time I went rabbit hunting, the guy that took me, he's a really nice guy, but just looked me straight in the eye and he said, "Look, $1,000 if you shoot a dog."
Yeah, those guys were like, do not shoot if you have any doubt.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
a bear's not going to be anywhere near the size of that dog.
Yeah. Dogs usually a lot smaller.
It's cool.
Yep.
Cool experience. Hopefully I get to go back next year and maybe Maybe try to film some of it. Like you definitely could
Yeah.
film that hunt.
Yeah.
I had no clue what to expect. You could.
Was
kill
that you said that was a draw?
Yeah. You could kill one out of the CRÜZR saddle, I think. If I got, like, it was so thick, I was like, if I had the CRÜZR saddle, I would seriously climb a tree right now because I could get up above this brush and shoot, like,
Yeah. A while.
but if that bear tries to climb your tree,
Hey, I saw a video of a dude.
Well, you got a 45-70 with 400 grain bullets. You're on it.
you better start
You can,
racking him quick because he's
Dude, I-
coming.
I saw
Oh, Yogi
a-
Bear, you can
Yeah.
take him out quick.
I
Tree
saw
starts shaking.
I saw a video of a guy that was hunting with a recurve, and a bear started climbing his tree. He just grabs the end of his recurve and just starts poking him to keep him from going down.
That bear just, get that out of here.
Have y'all
Dude, he
seen
stayed
the
calm.
Have y'all seen the video of Clay Newcomb? He's on the ground
I think I know. What
hunting with a recurve. He's over a bait site, and this big
yeah, I know what
old
you're talking
cinnamon
about.
bear comes
Yeah.
and like charges up.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
and
a,
he's holding his bow like this, and that bear's nose touches the
Oh,
end
yeah,
of
I've
his
seen that.
arrow.
Yeah.
and it like unknocks his arrow too.
Yeah.
And he's just like, at that point, he's just backing up.
No. That's not this video because this bear, like, ends up turning around and he shoots it.
Oh,
It
I
I
kills it,
believe
yeah.
I would need a change of underwear.
Dude,
after
have
that.
y'all seen that video where the dude is like climbing up a mountain and the bear comes off?
Yes, and
Like-
he has nothing but his bare hands, and he
Yeah,
literally
he's-
takes
His bare hands.
And he like smacks the bear, punches the bear in the face,
and knocks it down the
and
mountain.
knocks it down this little
What?
cliff. And then the bear comes at him again and he kicks it.
Yep.
But
That's
he's screaming like
Bloody murder.
primordial, like blood curdling screams. Like, it's crazy, dude.
Another one of those videos is NWTF posted it not too long ago about the
Oh,
mountain lion.
that mountain lion, yeah.
Yeah. That's,
How'd that guy miss?
Why
That
do you
adrenaline's flowing.
I'd,
son.
I'd already been shooting. That thing was way too close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
the
what-
other thing.
He's
Explain,
waited.
explain the video because I haven't seen it.
Really?
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
been everywhere.
Dude's
online.
holding a
Like a Glock 27
Glock.
or a 26.
It's a Glock for sure, but there's a big mountain lion
just
walking
crazy.
at him, and I mean it's from me to the refrigerator over there,
Maybe
is-
10
and he's
yards.
backing up the
And it
whole
is
time.
Clearly intent
And
on
then- and-
hurting him.
Yeah, and then it lunges and he shoots, and the cat just kind of spins around, does a 180, and then comes at him again, and he shoots again. But he misses it.
Both shots.
Both shots.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it finally just kind of casually turned around and
The
walked
second
off.
shot, it walked off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing was not scared.
I'd have to
I would
walk.
have unloaded that entire mag.
I'd have to walk backwards.
Oh,
out
I
of
know.
that
Dude, the comments in that are so funny.
Yeah.
They're like, I'd already be loading another magazine
Yeah.
by the time you took the first shot.
Yep.
Have you ever seen those speed shooters that'll reload in like 2 seconds?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I probably
Jerry,
would've
Jerry
looked like
Mitchell
that.
on
Oh,
him.
Jerry
Yeah,
Michelet.
yep.
Yeah.
The guy
I would've
who
liked
That
to
dude's
do
the
that.
man.
I have no clue how to reload that quick, but I got a feeling that I could probably do it.
I don't know.
Just
you'd be
in that
shaking pretty
situation.
bad.
Oh,
Maybe,
no.
maybe.
I'd
maybe
love.
you
I'd
might.
love to reload a revolver.
Adrenaline pumping, man. I can get focused.
Maybe, yeah.
Be able to
Get
reload a
hyper-focused.
revolver.
Maybe.
We'll put you in a
Yeah,
cage.
take
with
that
them
or
a
it's the complete
supplements.
opposite. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, well, let's
We'll put you in the
Oh.
woods one night with a mountain lion and see how heightened you get
no, I'd probably crap my pants.
in the dark.
Wesley,
'Cause we know
you
what
ever
it is.
Been,
Yeah.
You ever been snipe hunting?
Dude, I know what it is. This is the third time you guys have tried to pull it on me.
I think we talked about
snipe
this.
is a bird,
Dude.
man.
It is a bird.
Yeah.
Let's
But
go.
I'm not going snipe hunting with you guys. I know what it consists of, and I'm just no. I'll go bow fishing.
Let's go.
Come on.
What are you
You tell
doing
me.
after this?
I'm leaving to go to Knoxville.
Okay, well, you've been gone for like a month, so
Yeah. Well, once we get done
Well,
with this
he's
weekend,
shipping
I'm
his
back.
old lady out of town, and then
Yep. She is leaving, and it is deer season.
that's
So,
right.
deer
Well,
season.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, let's get back to hunting. So
let's get off this podcast and get ready for a morning in the woods.
that's what I'm saying.
Let's hope we all kill something next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys joining us.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna see a lot more from the interns, as well as Jace is not on camera right now. He's running the board, but you will see a lot of him on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys joining, and Chad, it's a pleasure as always, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios.